Okay, hello everybody. I know it's been a while since I did a video. I've been so busy, but summertime is here and I've got spare time now. So I thought I would start off this summer with a little cooking video. In the past, I did a video on pizza sauces and we trashed the Mutti pizza sauce, and rightfully so. It was pretty bad. It was really low in our ratings. And I even said in the video, I wonder, can I put that up?
It was the Mutti.
Is the worst one?
Is the worst.
Wow.
Can you put that over and top?
Wow,
Number
I'm
5.
shocked.
Yeah. And again, maybe pizza is just, can you put that next to the number 5 thing?
Oh my gosh.
Just not
Napoli
there.
is terrible.
Yeah.
Is there a base?
Yeah, so we were not impressed with Mutti, not at all. But I do like this for my sauces. And I'm going to show you today how I make a simple meat sauce using just these ingredients here. One thing I've learned in the last couple of years of cooking, and especially during COVID, when we were shut down, I was at home a lot, doing a lot of cooking. And I really started paring back, like fewer ingredients, and just how I assemble things in the order I did them. And I thought the sauces were coming out much better. And so I do all kinds of things now in my kitchen. And today I'll do the meat sauce. I'm gonna evict my cat because she is trying to get up on the counter. She just did, now I gotta clean the counter off again. Everybody knows you're evil, Moo. You don't need to be in the video. Boom. So that counter over there, she was just on, so I'll clean that while things are cooking here. I just want to get started. So here's what I'm gonna use today. I have about 2.5 pounds of spicy Italian sausage. You can use mild, you can get fennel, you can get no fennel, whatever you like. I got spicy. It's about 2.5 pounds, maybe a little bit more. I've got about 8 to 10 leaves of basil that I've cleaned and cut up. I've got 3/4 of a cup of a dry white wine. I'm using a Sauvignon Blanc. I've got 4 cloves of garlic that I chopped up. I did not mince these in a press. I chopped them up. I'm going to use fresh ground pepper and kosher salt, a little olive oil, 2 jars of the Mutti passata, and a can of tomato paste. And I've got about half of a sweet onion that I chopped up. It was a pretty big sweet onion, so I used half of it. You can use more depending on how much onion you like in your sauce. Again, the amount of spices, you know, salt and pepper and oregano, it's all up to you. You'll notice one thing I'm not putting in my sauce, and that is oregano. This is not pizza. This is for pasta, this is for spaghetti. So there is no oregano. I'm not putting any other crazy things in. Just these ingredients is all I need. And I have a large cooking pot to do this in because this is gonna simmer for about an hour, hour and a half after I get everything cooked and arranged in there. And there she is again. You are so bad. Why do you want to be in this video so bad? All right, so let me get this counter cleaned off again, and then I'm gonna start cooking. First step would be to cook the sausage in the pot with a little olive oil. So let me clean this counter off again and get to that. All right, so I got this on like medium heat. I'm just gonna put a little olive oil in there just so the sausage can coat the bottom of it, not too much. And then we're just gonna dump in our Italian sausage there from our Mickey bowl. And you can either use a wooden spoon. I know my Nana would be proud of me using a wooden spoon to move this around, or you can just grab the handles and kind of shake it around. But you want to cook this until all the sausage is pretty much cooked all the way through. If it's a little uncooked in the middle, still at the end, that's fine because it's going to simmer for like 90 minutes when we're done assembling everything. So it'll cook all the way through and it'll be delicious. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to brown this sausage up and then I'll be back with you guys. Okay, as you can see, it's starting to brown up a little bit. Probably got another 5 or 10 minutes to go on this. Getting this turned around. We just want to make sure all of it's brown. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this in the first half. If you didn't want this, if you wanted to go with beef or meatloaf mixture, you can get 2 pounds of that and just cook it until the water's reduced down and that's brown. And the rest of the recipe is exactly the same. So let's just keep cooking this. Okay, let's have a look here. Oh yeah, look at that. It's looking pretty good. Nice and browned. Okay. Now then, next step, we're gonna put in our tomato paste, which I just get the generic tomato paste or whatever's on sale. Just put that in there. And then we're just gonna use our wooden spoon and mix that up. Get that sausage good and coated. Get that spread around in there. Then we are gonna add in our garlic and our onions. Garlic. Put that all in there. And onion. And stir that in. And we're gonna let that go for about 3 minutes. I'm gonna set my timer, my little kitchen timer. And let that go. 3 minutes. Then we're gonna add our dry white wine. Again, I'm using a Sauvignon Blanc. And we'll let that go for about 4 or 5 minutes just to get that flavor in there and let some of that alcohol evaporate out. As you can see, this isn't that complicated. And I really like doing all the prep work first. It just when you're actually doing the cooking, I find it so much easier if you have everything already. Like I already had, you know, my basil already chopped up. I already had the sausage chopped up. I already had the garlic diced up and just portioned out. I already had the wine poured in a little container, ready to go. So then when you're actually cooking, if you're following a recipe, boom, you're just ready to get ingredients in. You're not struggling to make sure you've got stuff cut up in time to go in and do it in this order. So I think that's an easier way to do it. So let's just give this another stir here. Keep it going. Kill a little time. Maybe tell a little joke. You know, Italians, we talk with our hands a lot. So what do you call an Italian with 2 broken hands? Mute. I kid. Funny part is I'm actually half Italian. The other half of me is like Irish and Scottish, some other European countries. So, but I generally tend to go with my Italian cooking because I just really like it. I'm also gonna pop these Moody's open, let them breathe. So that's 1, that's 2. Each one's about 24 and a half ounces of passata. And the only ingredients, and the reason why I think this is so good, where the pizza sauce wasn't that good, the ingredients are tomatoes, sea salt. That's it. How do you mess that up? If you just get good tomatoes and salt, you can make a puree like that and use that as the base for your sauces. It's not rocket science. One day when I'm retired, I would like to get a big burner and a huge pot and just order a whole bunch of Jersey tomatoes, or maybe get some San Marzano tomatoes imported, and spend a whole day just cutting them up and reducing them down in a pot and making my own passata, my own puree. And then if you have salt and you're boiling it up and really hot, then you jar it with maybe with a leaf of basil in each one, a sprig of basil. It'll probably keep for years. And whenever you need a sauce, boom, you just go and get it and you're ready to go. Okay, that's 3 minutes. Now we are actually just carefully pour this wine in here. I'm gonna spill any of it on the outside because it would catch fire. And give that a stir. Make sure that's all good and incorporated in there. All right. And I'm gonna leave the top off so that can evaporate out. And we're gonna let that go for 4 minutes. And we'll be right back. Okay, 4 minutes gone by. And I'm gonna lower the heat down to low because we're just gonna simmer this for like, I'd say like an hour. Get that down low like that. And now is where we just add the rest of our ingredients. We have our 2 jars of the Moody. Pour that in there. I'm gonna leave that on its side. Try and let the sauce run down to the side and squeeze in that last little bit there. Shake it out. Get this one in there. You can see this makes a healthy amount of sauce, and I'll just freeze it. And then, you know, busy day, everybody working, everybody comes home, you want to have spaghetti for dinner. Boom, you pop one of these out of the freezer, put it in a pot, slowly heat it back up. Let that one run on the side there for a minute. And we'll add our basil. That's probably good. And we'll take some of our kosher salt and add that in. And you can save whatever you didn't use. I only put like a little bit in there. You can just put some in, and then later on, like half hour from now, 45 minutes, you can go and dip a little piece of bread in there and just see what it tastes like and see, hey, maybe it needs more salt. Maybe it needs more black pepper. You know, my wife and daughter will tell you there's not enough black pepper in the world to go in their food. So we got that. A little black pepper in there. Gonna stir that up a little bit. Get that all incorporated, all mixed together. Look at that. Look at that. And whatever remaining puree I can get out of there. That one. And then this one. There we go. And we go on to recycling. And that is pretty much it. Very simple to do. In an hour, come back, I'll record again. We'll see how it looks. Maybe I'll dip a little piece of bread in, see how it tastes. Maybe I'll have somebody else in the house that can taste it for me and give you their opinion. But we'll see you in 60 minutes. Okay, it's been 1 hour. Let's have a look. Looks really good. I have my daughter here as a special taste tester. Let's see what she said. Let's see if I was right in my prediction at the beginning.
Pinky out for the dip. Of course.
Really hot. Make sure you blow on it there, cool it off.
Get a little look at that. Ooh, a little close up. Got a little basil piece.
It looks good.
Mmm. Pardon my double dip.
What?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, that whole batch is ruined now.
Mm.
What do you think? Does it need anything?
A little more pepper.
Of course! That's what I said at the beginning.
A little bit more pepper.
You're like that girl in The Greatest Showman, never enough.
Yeah, never enough pepper. I love it though. 10 out of 10.
All right, let me see here. 10 out of 10. Wow, that's awesome. Hang on here. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. You know what? Even I'll admit, it could use a little more pepper. But you can always add at the end whatever you like. But I will add a little bit more there. But that's really good. Anyway, hope you tried this. I hope you liked it. If you made any variations on it, or give me a comment if you made it and what you thought of it. And hey, you know, bon appetit. And as Gusteau would say, anyone can cook. Okay, bonus track. I know I was finishing up there, but I did want to show you guys how much this actually made. You know, I probably could have squeezed this into just 2 containers, but it made about 3. That's 3 different meals, depending on how many people in your family, or a meal and a half, or who knows, if you have teenagers, that's a lot. But the sauce did, you know, it is about that much. Oh, and by the way, you know what? It's sauce. It's not gravy. I get so sick of people calling it gravy. Oh, I'm making the gravy. No, it's sauce. Gravy is a Old English word that means like full of grains, because they would have to thicken up the sauces to make them, you know, that consistency. And that is not what this is. This is sauce. It ain't gravy. Anyway, and this cat is up here again. Mulan, you are so bad. You're so bad. Say goodbye to everybody. The Moo. Say goodbye. See ya. Oh, and please subscribe.